Hello, everyone. This is Luis Concepcion from Strategic Profit Line Trading, coming to you with the plan of the week for week number 12. So, as always, here's our disclosures. Just understand that this content is for educational purposes only. I am not providing any investment advice. This is not tailored to any one individual, and everybody must understand their trading and investing time horizon. Past performance does not guarantee future results, and all investments involve risk, including the loss of your principal. Here's our agenda. As always, I'll cover what's going on in the news and what can provide possible volatility in the markets this week. Provide a market overview of our indices. And this week, as you can see, earnings is dwindling down. We've gone from 900 to 700 to 400 to 200. A little bit over 200 companies reporting earnings this week. So here's our week 11 results. Provided 18 zones last week. We went 0-2 in stocks, 5-1 in options. No entries was 12. We had two stocks closing our zones on Friday, and that was Adobe and Dollar Tree. And then for those of you who want to conduct a case study, I want to look back in previous weeks. I went ahead and I put what worked again. So these are four stocks that worked again and what respective week they were. So you had Discover, the short work once again, Clorox from week 5, Texas Instruments from week 4, and United Airlines as well from week 4. So if you want to go back and check out the recordings to see how those levels worked again, feel free to do so in the event you want to do a case study. Here's our outlook for week 12. It's going to be a pretty slow week. I know a lot of these companies are probably unheard of. I'm going to do my best to provide companies to trade Monday through Wednesday. However, the big days are going to be, you're going to have to wait till Wednesday and Thursday in order to find some, more of our common companies and things to trade. So be mindful that we might be a slow week getting started. I went ahead and I updated and I added week 11, and year to date we are 20 and 12 in trading stocks. And I went ahead and I added week 11 for our options, and we are 43 and 8. So moving into our news for the week on Monday, we have nothing affecting the US markets. However, in the evening, for those of you trading Forex and futures, understand that you have a report for the Australian dollar, and there's one tentative for the Japanese yen. So be cognizant of that for those of you trading futures and Forex in the evening. Moving on to Tuesday, nothing affecting the US markets again. However, pre-market, the Canadian dollar is being affected, so be cognizant of that. Moving on to Wednesday, the British pound will be affected. We got our federal funds rate and FOMC economic projections and FOMC statement midday on Wednesday. So be mindful of that, as that can cause volatility intraday. And obviously, we have a press conference. So uh, if you're going to get in at the end of the day or manage your trades accordingly in order to get out prior to this volatility. Again, and we don't know what action you may have to take. Just understand that there may be something you may have to do. In the evening, we got Australian dollar being affected once again. Moving on to Thursday, everything is gonna be in regards to our foreign markets. So again, that's gonna be all my Forex traders and futures traders, so be mindful of that for Thursday. And then moving into Friday, nothing affecting. Oh, actually, we got Powell speaking right before the market open, West Coast time. So be mindful of Powell's speech and what he has to say in regards to interest rates and the way forward for the next FOMC meeting in April. In regards to interest rates, so for those of you who are trading Friday morning, be mindful that the market might have some volatility coming into the market first thing in the morning. And that's going to do it for our news this week. Let's get into some charts. All right, starting with the SPX. As you can see, our level from last week held. I've removed it because it's depleted. So here again, this is a supply zone that I can't believe I'm saying we have a supply zone in the S&P 500, but this is on a smaller time frame. So for those of you who are considering maybe if we get back up here to 5177, this is on a smaller time frame again, 5177 to 5189. So it'll be our supply zone, and then our demand zone. We still have this zone here that hasn't been penetrated through is 50.67 and 50.54. Again, more conservative traders, if you want to wait for us to get pretty much down to the even 5,000, that level for you is 49.93 to 49.46. NASDAQ is starting to turn as well. As you can see, we had 3 negative days to end the week last week. And that demand zone I have for you is 17,495 to 17,359. And we have an overlapping zone right here, which is going to be 17,302 to 17,121. That's going to be our NASDAQ. So don't be surprised if we continue this drop, or we might just go back and turn if NASDAQ decides to hold here again. For our Dow Jones, our level held once again last week. As you can see, this level has held once, twice, and now 3 times. That level's still in play. That's going to be 386.12 to 383.36. And for those of you who want to wait for the next level, it's going to be 380.09 to 377.83. And there is no supply on the Dow Jones. Moving on to the rut, our level held for us again nicely. As you can see, we're getting the turn. This is the level we provided last week. That's still intact, 2067 to 2138. I said 2140 for those of you doing options. And you can see we got our turn and we're coming down. Curious to see what happens this week at the market open. And we might have no movement, like I said, until Wednesday or Thursday. And on demand side, that has not changed. It's going to be 1887 to 1847. Moving into earnings. I'm going to start with, where's PDD at? Let's get down there. PDD. So for PDD, on the demand side, I have 81.86 to 75.31. And on the supply side, 141.43 to 147.37. Next company I have is General Mills, GIS. That demand zone I have for you is 60.92 to 58.80. And on the supply side, 74.57 to 77.65. Next company is SIG. As you can see, this level has already held a couple of times. That level for you on the supply side is going to be 107.20 to 111.88. And on the demand side, 82.04 to 77.09. Next company is going to be Micron. So no supply for Micron. And the first level I have for you on the demand side is 86.67 to 84.03. And in the event of an overshoot, I got another level for you here, 78.44 to 76.97. No supply as its all-time high was 101. It's only a $7 profit. So not enough for us. Next company is going to be Five Below. Can't believe, go get $5, but the stock costs 200. Interesting, huh? So for the supply side, I'm gonna have 221.64 and to 237.86. And on the demand side, the first level I have for you is 166.03 to 159.12. Next thing's gonna be KB Homes. Is any indication of what Lennar did last week? I don't know where my levels went. Sorry about that. Here we go. Oh, that was weird. All right, so the first demand level I have for you is 51.66 to 49.77, and on the supply side, 74.72 to 82.35. Next company I have for you is ACN. Come on. On the supply side, 405.90 to 418.52, and on the demand side, 320.23 to 310.78. It's Darden, I believe. Yep, Darden Foods. So for Darden, no supply. First demand zone I have for you is 150.87 to 147.46. Sorry, 147.26. Next company I have for you is FDS. As you can see, this level has held a couple once already, held twice and changing. If it can hold again, that supply level I have for you is 484.71 to 495.71. And on the demand side, 413.97 to 410.13. Nike's also reporting this week. This is probably one of the better companies and known companies to everybody out there. So on the demand side, I got 89.50 to 80.47, and on the supply side, I got 120.69 to 123.35. In the event of an overshoot, you can see you have another level right here starting at call it 125 to 128.71. And that's gonna be Nike. Company I got for you is Lululemon, the most expensive Spanx in the world. So we have on the demand side 437.74 to 419.70, and I'm not sure why, but let's go ahead and put a level right here at the all-time high. On the supply side at 506.22 to 516.32. That just stuck out to me right now. And the last company I have for you is FedEx this week. Okay. And on that demand side, I have 226.07 to 213.61. On the supply side, 287.39 to 304.31. And that's going to do it for the charts because we have no companies reporting earnings on Friday. With that being said, here's my contact information. Feel free to go to the website to see when I have upcoming courses. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can feel free to email me. Feel free to follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and obviously here on YouTube. And if you haven't done so already, please click that subscribe button. Don't forget to have a plan. Until next week, happy trading.